Oyo, welcome to Summer Breakfast number 112. I'm Yoshi Arima, and today we're talking a little raspy because the summer concert series in town. I saw Platinum Blonde the other day and didn't realize I was yelling or singing so yelling like back then. So my voice became very raspy, and then Loverboy was the next day, so I saw that and I was singing and yelling, lots of joy. But then, yeah, this is what happens. So little bit raspy, like I said. So today's topic, I'm going to be using a drawing board this time, and we're talking about a sphere. And this is you. This is you as a child. This is your dreams, the path of your dreams. And as we learned in basic physics, and if there's any energy added to an object, Newton's first law would say that this object will continue um, at a constant rate unless any other energy is added onto it. So you add some inspiration as a child, and this ball just keeps on rolling. Because as a child, we'll just say, I want to be a magician, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a fireman. And we didn't add any friction to that thought. We just made the costume. We all of a sudden became that and became the doctor, became the fireman. And it's like, oh, I want to dance now. We just started dancing. It just rolled. The ball just kept on rolling. In adulthood, this path of our dreams here, we're still that child, but the child is almost within. Like we've heard that phrase, the child within, because we've built these corners onto ourselves as I see it. And these corners, I'm going to color them in. These corners are our own friction that we add in the sense of adding fears. So as a child, we just want to be a doctor, and it's like, bang, we would be that. As an adult, if we get inspiration, we'll have these great ideas, and then all these fears will come up. We're worried about judgment from other people. We're worried about, oh, do I have the right credentials? We'll see somebody else who's like successful at that, and we're thinking, oh, they're way better. Why should I even try? So we build these edges on it that really slow us down, so that when we try to move with that inspiration that we've had, you know how squares will move. They're not going to move too smoothly, right? It's going to do that ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. But added on to a lot of those fears that are there, the path of our dreams isn't frictionless because there's so much information available to us. We're worried about a lot of things, so there's all these little rocks and things which represent all the information that we've gathered of why we shouldn't have that dream, why we shouldn't go after it. Maybe it's not meant to happen, etc. And the ourselves will actually get caught up in some of these. So you'll have a bit of inspiration and you'll do a lot of stuff, but then you'll get caught up in there and you'll just sort of stop. You won't realize you've stopped until a few days have gone by, and it's just like, wow, I'm not doing anything. It's like, well, why am I not doing anything? And it's because we've learned to be scared. We've learned to have fear as this real entity to hold us back. And we'll see other people that have broken through their fears. So we eventually learn that we can unlearn a lot of these fears that are there. We can heal those fears and eventually become the sphere again. But because the adult mind is thinking so much, it can take a long time to do that. But remember the child that's within you, and the child and how many things you did as a child, and you did it immediately. You didn't overthink everything. You just said, I'm going to dance now, and I'm going to give a singing a singing presentation in front of my family. I'm just going to do it, and you just did it. So we learn to be this person, but it's not who we truly are. So the lesson today, the summary, is basically about being this ball, and I would stretch it to being the ball of light. Because the light that's within you, the inspiration, the gift is there for you to give, and you will illuminate other people's world by getting back to this point where you can just continuously roll with little friction going on. So think about that. Think if you have fears that are holding you back from doing your dreams, and realize you're not the only one with it. We all have fears, and we all just can learn to unlearn and heal those fears and become a sphere again. I will see you next week. Until then, create an awesome week filled with awesome moments, and I'll see you then. Joy, light, and love. Namaste.